It appeared on Sunday like the Iranian government was still mobilizing the masses. Crowds of its supporters taking to the streets of the capital, Tehran, and other cities in these pro-government rallies. Crowds estimated in the hundreds of thousands, according to state media. They were out to show unity and outrage against what they describe as these acts of sabotage by those they referred to as the rioters, in reference, of course, to the protesters, dismissing what the world has been seeing going on in Iran as the works of a handful of mercenaries serving foreign enemies, they say, forcefully removing the headscarves of women on the streets. Of course, the world has seen those remarkable images, the video of those acts of defiance by women in Iran in recent days, removing their headscarves, the headscarves they've been forced to wear for decades, burning them, cutting their hair in public. We have seen this young generation of Iranians rising up on the streets demanding freedoms and rights that they have never had. But it appears that the government is continuing to dismiss what is going on as a foreign conspiracy to destabilize the Islamic Republic. We have heard President Ibrahim Raisi on Saturday saying that they must be dealt with decisively. Statements, indications from the army and the Revolutionary Guard Corps that they are ready to intervene in the crackdown also, and to try and crush these protests. It's very difficult for us to assess what is really going on the ground in Iran, what the casualty toll is of this ongoing crackdown. But according to estimates from various groups, including human rights organizations and state media, they say that dozens have so far lost their lives in the country. Amnesty International saying that authorities have opened fire, live rounds, deliberately and directly at protesters. State media, also the government, saying that a number of the security apparatus have also been killed in recent days. And according to state media, more than 1,000 people have been detained so far. It is very difficult for us to know what is going on the ground in Iran in real time, because the government is continuing to restrict the internet and to block social media platforms. So it's very hard to assess how big, how widespread the protests still are. But on Sunday, despite the restrictions on the internet, we began to see video emerge of protesters back out on the streets. With nightfall, more defiant protesters back out in the capital, Tehran, and other cities, chanting the now familiar slogans, "Death to the dictator," and "We are all together, we must not be afraid." Jumana Karachi, CNN, Istanbul.